Well, good day, everybody. This is Doug, the Modeling Hermit, and I have finished my Big Rig group build for 2026. At least this one, anyway. I may build another one, who knows. This is a Chevy Titan 90, and yeah, Titan 90. I get it in the Astro 95 from the GMC mixed up, but this is Chevy Titan 90. And it is, like I said, for the Big Rig group build that Jeff over at Jeff's Model Garage is hosting. And I've got this one decaled. I don't know if you can see it or not. This thing, I haven't got it handheld right now because I'm moving around with it. But anyway, so now I've got the decals on the cab too. And we're going to slide it over a little bit so that you can see the drum deck on it and the back windows, two smaller ones with the larger one in the middle. That's about, that's really about all that one took, just cutting it down, cutting some windows in the back, gluing it back together. I did run the single exhaust on it. I think I've mentioned that before, probably a dozen times, knowing me. And then I have the little cabinet there. Then I drilled holes into the trailer for the hoses to go in, because I don't have any glad hands at the moment. I usually have a ton of those things around. The trailer I weathered. And let's see, I think, yeah, there's, before we get to that, I did put some decals on the mud flaps just to dress them up on the cab. So anyway, yeah, the trailer, I weathered it. I did the drop in the middle. If I were to do this again, I wasn't sure just how much I had to work with. I should have cut this probably maybe another ½ inch. I probably could have gone another ½ inch deeper on this. I think it would have looked better because these things really ride low. When you see them out there on the road, I don't know if we still have these anymore, but when these were running, they really rode pretty low. That's why they dropped deck in them, so that they could get things down low. And yeah, this is, it's all right. It's nothing I'm really ashamed of or anything. It's just that I think if I'm doing this again, I'm going to drop it another ½ inch down there. I think it's going to really be beneficial. I put in some braces. The first one I didn't have braces in, or at least they were smaller. I put some substantial braces in this one here. And then the top up there, wood, I did that like an old gray wood. And then weathered it heavily, all kinds of stains and such on it. Let's see if I can turn this back a little bit so we can see it. Move myself out. And hello, come on back up here. There you go. Okay, so there's my mud flaps. I did the caution wide turns and then the Fruhoff. And that's about it that I did on that. The taillights, they had engraved taillights in them. I bored those out and put regular taillights in there. It just, to me, that just looks better. I don't really like the painted taillights. I found 2 different sets of license plates for it, and from Michigan, I think it is. Yeah, I think I found it from Michigan. So I was able to match up the trailer and the tractor with Michigan license plates. Let's see, what else? I think that's pretty much about it. Like I said, I did have to do some rebuilding on the chassis there for it. The rear axle assembly, I had to redo that a little bit. I can't really remember what I was doing. I did this as what I could catch some time, because with everything that was going on. Now, one thing I did do, I lengthened this, I think probably a little more than I needed to, but I kind of like the looks of it. So this was, when I built the first one, It barely cleared. Actually, it really didn't clear the chassis on the tractor. And with this in here, I've got a little that front part there, and then a half-inch drop, deeper drop on that trailer, I think would be very beneficial to the looks of this rig. And but it's a fun rig. There's really not a lot to it. I mean, you basically just cut it, and then there's a couple pieces of end pieces there that go into it. And that's pretty much just about it. I mean, a little work on the chassis part of it there. You had to put, instead of the big, thick chassis, you put in, let's see, I can't remember what I did, but I put in a thinner chassis at that bottom so it wouldn't drag. But that's, man, I'll tell you what, it's really, if you're wanting to try something different, this is the way to go. This is a new one, or an easy one to do for the new people that are trying this. So if you've ever wanted to, experiment with the trailer a little bit, do something different, this is probably the way to go. But like I said, measurements would be much more helpful. And I probably will try and do up some measurements on this with those changes that I talked about. So that is my thought, is that I really should do that so that people have an idea, of how to really build this. This is actually in a magazine. I think it's from, like the 1980s, 1990s, something like that. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, it was Scale Auto Enthusiast. There was also another Model Cars magazine back then, too. It might have been either one of those. I don't happen to have a copy of it now with all my moves, things that got lost and such. So if anybody can find that and help us out a little bit here with the correct measurements for people to do this, it sure would be nice. And be appreciated, let me put it that way. So, like I said, I did some weathering on it. And it's actually kind of extensive weathering on it. But yeah, so I'm going to call this and done. And I want to thank Jeff over Jeff's Model Garage for putting this on, and some of the others that have been out there doing some models too. The inspiration we get from that it's really beneficial to us. I thank everybody who posts their models, whether it's for this group build or for anything. When you guys post those models, even if you're not that great, post anyway, because we all get some inspiration from your work. So this is Doug, the Modeling Hermit, with my completion of the Chevy Titan 90 shorty cab and the drop deck center drop deck flatbed trailer build for the big rig group build. And I am off the air, and I am gone.